We're checking in with the Alzheimer's Association. Joining us today, Program Manager with the Alzheimer's Association Northwest Ohio Chapter, Marybeth Torsell, to tell us more about, early detection, the importance, and then things you do afterwards. So thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
You hear about early detection for so many things, cancer and other health issues, but I guess Alzheimer's, it's no different?
Yes, especially now. So with Alzheimer's, there's finally a treatment that has been shown to slow the progression of the disease down. It doesn't cure it, it doesn't stop it completely, but it does slow the progression. And of course, you have to be given it as soon as you possibly can. So that's why there's lots of reasons, but that's one of the main reasons is that you're eligible for the treatment. But also just, give yourself more time with your family. Make some good memories for them. Make sure you have all of your financial ducks in a row,
right.
Make sure all your wishes are known so that you can take that pressure off your family so they know what you want and don't want.
Right, exactly. All right, so how do you know when it's time? I mean, sometimes you hear, well, you forgot your keys and stuff like that. That's not really, dementia or Alzheimer's, but is that when you forgot your keys? You should try, to get a test. I mean, how do you know when to start?
I think anytime that some people, they notice that they're forgetting things or they're losing things or they're repeating themselves. But every time you go to the doctor for your wellness check every year, it doesn't hurt to get a cognitive test. They can do one in the office, just do one and keep looking at the results year over year and see how you are. But if you really are worried about it or concerned or your family is concerned, going as soon as possible is the best bet.
Speaking of family, I mean, is it proven that, like, if you've had a family member with Alzheimer's and dementia, that you will get it too, or you have a better chance? I mean, is that also a factor, maybe? So
family history does play a role. I mean, obviously, if you've got a relative that's had it, you're more likely to. Just like, like my dad has diabetes and cholesterol, so I'm more likely to develop those. But I'm doing things to try to prevent that in my lifestyle, and there are things you can do in your lifestyle to prevent cognitive decline. So just because you have family history of it doesn't mean you're going to get it, so no.
Okay, all right, very good. All right, so that early detection, so what happens then if we do find out that we get it? What kind of things should your family do, and what do you do with your doctors and that kind of thing?
Definitely develop a care team. Know who your doctors are, know who your team is. Do you have a neurologist? Do you have, know who your care team is. So definitely have that. Make sure you have a plan in place. Tell the people that you want to right away. And then, it's always a good idea to tell neighbors so that they know, if they see your loved one out and about. Some people don't want to, but it's a good idea to let them know, what's going on. Make sure that you've got your power of attorney, your healthcare power of attorney, your financial power of attorney. Make sure you have all of that. Keep your house safe. You don't have to, do everything right away, but just have an idea of what needs to be, changed in the house.
Right, yeah. So I assume, like many things, I guess the progression can be different for everyone. I mean, it can be fast for some and slower for others.
Yeah, there's really no definitive guarantee as to how long. I've talked to loved ones whose, loved one was diagnosed and within a year they had passed away. My grandma had it for 12 years. So it could be, there's on average they say 4 to 8 years from diagnosis. But that's the average, so you always have your outliers.
Right, yeah, exactly. Now, we do have an app now. Yes. I mean, there's so many apps.
So many apps. There's an app for that
right,
now.
but I mean, this is kind of a good tool. You've talked about before, but let's tell people again about the app.
Yeah, the My ALZ Journey app, it's really neat. Like, I downloaded it, I looked through it. You don't have to create an account, which is what I like. You don't have to put your email and get all kinds of emails.
Right.
You just set up this account and you say whether or not you're the person with the disease. So if you are, they give you all kinds of things to help you.
Okay.
And if you're the caregiver, then there's all kinds of things to help you, and you can search for different things, different topics, different groups. It's really neat.
All right, so that's kind of like a good tool that we have found, and Alzheimer's Association is helping out with that.
Yep.
All right, very good. So just so many things, and we're at the point, I feel like it's almost like cancer, where everybody knows someone with Alzheimer's or dementia too. So it's just one of those things. Early brain health, you were talking about that last month, and, things to do. Just kind of stay on it and, early detection and get things going, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're right. Everybody knows somebody, or at least knows somebody that cared for somebody with the disease.
Right.
So it's definitely prevalent.
Right, yeah, exactly. All right, well, Marybeth, thanks for coming today.
Good
to see you. All right, don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast next.